and I plow into the back of the guy in front of me. Hey guys, it's Jessica and welcome back to my channel. So before I start this video, I would really appreciate it if you guys would subscribe to my channel and give it a thumbs up if you do like this video. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers thanks to the new YouTube rules. So anyway, if you do like this video, you like me, you like this channel, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. But anyway, today's video. I wanted to do a story time video. It's probably one of my favorite things to watch on YouTube. I find them hilarious. So I thought I'd give you guys a story time today. And the story time I'm going to be telling you is my first car accident. And my only car accident, by the way. So let me give you a little pre-story before I get on with the like crash part of it. I had been taking care of my aunt's dog, so every day when I'd get off work, I would head straight to her house and take care of her animals, and then from there I would drive to the hospital because my grandpa was very sick and he was not doing good. But I think my aunt was gone 3 weeks or something, so I was doing that every single day, and during this time my grandpa did pass away, which was extremely hard and very sad, obviously. But anyway, I still had to drive back and forth to my aunt's house every day to take care of her dogs, obviously. So I think it was 2 or 3 days after he had passed away, and his funeral was going to be the next day. So I was obviously, I'm still heartbroken over, but it was even harder than at the time because it was such a fresh, open wound, and I was so heartbroken and just so upset. So anyway, I am driving to my aunt's house, and her house is only 10 minutes away from mine, and it had snowed outside. There was no ice or anything, which I wish there was, so I had a good excuse for this car accident, but there was no ice, the roads were not bad. It was actually pretty nice out. But in this day, oh god. So I had done my makeup all up, so my makeup looked really good, but I wore the most hideous outfit possible. I wore my husband's camo jacket, and it's oversized on him, so on me, it like goes down to my knees. But it's so warm and so comfy. I just wanted to wear that to be comfortable. And warm, obviously. But anyway, so I wore that, and then I wore a pair of black boots that went like up to my knee. So I basically looked like a child in an adult's clothing, basically, is the only way I can describe it. So I looked ridiculous. I had all my makeup on beautiful, and then I was just dressed not how I normally would. But I'm driving there, and and on another note, I'm so glad at least I didn't wear pajamas there that day. It was because in the morning when I take care of our animals, I wear my pajamas over there because I go over there really early. But thank goodness this was in the evening, so at least I did have like kind of normal clothes on, even though I looked pretty much hilarious, I guess you could say. So before I get to her house, there's a couple stoplights, and I come up to the stoplight, and I always go in the left-hand lane, so you can either turn or go straight. And then there's also a lane, there's 2 more lanes next to this lane. The middle lane you can only go straight, and obviously the right-hand lane you only go right. So I'm sitting at the stoplight. There's several cars in front of me. This is such an embarrassing story. So anyway, I'm sitting at this light in my little Honda Civic, and I guess I was daydreaming or just, I don't know what I was doing, honestly. I was not paying attention, clearly. So as I'm daydreaming or whatever I'm doing, I really have no idea. I see the cars next to me in the right-hand lane, or the middle lane, I mean. I see them moving. So I glance up. I glance up at the lights, and they're green. So what do? I hit the gas, and I plow into the back of the guy in front of me. And he's not moving. He hasn't drove anywhere yet. He's just at a dead stop. So oh god, it was so embarrassing. So as soon as I hit him pretty hard too. I went forward and I went back, and it was very startling, and I instantly thought, oh my god, my husband's gonna kill me. So, and then like an idiot, I put it in reverse and back up. Thank God the car behind me was far enough back where I didn't hit them too, because it would have made this story way much worse than it was. So, I just sit there for a second in the car, I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Shane is gonna kill me. This was like the stupidest car accident possible, and I have no good excuse why I did it. There's not even any ice out. So, and by the way, I've never had a ticket, I've never been pulled over, so I just panicked. I didn't know what to do. So I get out of the car, looking ridiculous in my stupid outfit, looking like a child, and I look at the front of my car, and there's a hole about this big where I ran into this guy's truck. And on the back of a truck where, I can think, a ball hitch, he didn't have a ball hitch in there, but you know, it sticks out a little where you can put one in. I ran right into his ball hitch thing, so it's a square. Anyway, it punched like a big hole out of the front of my bumper, and I noticed there was no damage to his truck. So I'm like, oh, thank you God, there's no damage to his truck. So I was just like, whew, that's one thing that I don't have to worry about. But I was just so shooken up by this accident, like I was literally just like shaking so bad. And I walk over to this guy's truck, and he rolls down the window, and I was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to run into you, I'm so sorry. He's like, oh, it's okay, sweetie, just let's pull over here in IHOP, and I called the cops, so they're gonna be coming. I'm like, oh god, now the cops are coming, I don't know what to do. But to make this even funnier, so like I said, I'm at a stoplight. On the other side of the stoplight, the opposite end, there's a cop in the very front row, so he saw it all happen anyway. So we pull over into IHOP, I follow him over there, and the cop pulls up, and I guess he was from a different district or county, I don't know exactly how it works, but he came over, and I rolled down my window, and he's like, hey, I saw what happened, there is an officer on the way, I just wanted to make sure that you were okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm just an idiot, I'm sorry. So he goes over to the truck driver and was talking to him, and then he leaves. And he was very, very nice, by the way. So we're sitting there waiting for the cop to come, and I'm just getting myself so like far inside my head, I'm just panicking, like, okay, I just need to call Shane, and I need to tell him what happened, so I can just rip the band-aid off, because I know he's gonna be furious with me. So I called him, I'm like, Shane, I was in a car accident. And he was like, what, are you okay, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, it was my fault, though I ran into the back of a guy, and the front bumper is dented, and it's missing a piece, and he was obviously very mad. He's like, don't drive anywhere, you could have messed up the radiator, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, the radiator's fine, you know, I have no idea, but like, in movies, you know, when you see something happened to the radiator, there's like smoke and crap going everywhere. So in my head, you know, that would mean there's damage to the radiator. And there was nothing like that. So I'm like, nothing's wrong with it, blah, blah, blah. I still gotta go to my aunt's house to take care of the dog, blah, blah, blah. I say, okay, well, after the cop comes, you go to her house and you stay there, don't leave. I need to come look at the car. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with the car. I just dented the bumper and punched a hole through it. But while I was talking to him, we finally agreed that I would just stay at my aunt's house until he got off work. And while I'm still on the phone with him, the new cop walks up to the car. I'm like, okay, Shane, I gotta go. The cop's here. I gotta talk to him. So I'll talk to you when you get off work. So the cop comes over, and it's like I forgot how to completely use my car. I forgot like how to roll down my window. So I was just not in my right mind. So I just opened the door to him. And again, he asked if I was okay. He was very, very nice, thank God. I think if I had a mean cop, it would have ruined my day even more than it was already ruined. But anyway, so he makes sure that I'm okay, and he asked what happened. I'm like, I ran into the back of this guy. I'm an idiot. I don't know. It's my fault though. He's like, okay, let me see your license, registration, all that. So I get my wallet out, and I can't find it. I'm like, oh my god. It's like, I literally could not think straight. I could not think straight at all. So I'm digging through my wallet, I can't find it. And I finally found it. So I gave him my license, gave him our, I can't even think, my insurance card, and he takes that, and then he goes and talks to the other driver. And as soon as he walks away, and you know, it was so strange, because I was so shaken up, and honestly, I was so embarrassed that I had such a stupid car accident. I just started crying, and I could not stop. I'm just sitting there crying. And then, I had also heard, someone told me this before, but if you cry when a cop's there, I have heard that the cop will give you a ticket just for crying. So I'm like, oh my god, I gotta stop crying, and I can't stop crying. I kept crying and crying and crying. And thank god the cop was over talking to this other man, and I guess he was writing something up. I don't even know what he did, but, and then I was thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna get a ticket. My husband is furious with me, and I'm just so embarrassed by this car accident. So I'm just crying. I'm trying to get myself to stop, and I can't. Anyway, so the cop was in his car doing whatever at this point. And the driver of the truck was so sweet, because whenever the cop was in his car doing whatever, the truck driver got out of his truck and was looking to see if there was any damage, which thank God again, there was no damage to his truck. So while he was looking at the damage, which, you know, thank God there wasn't any, he looked over and saw that I was just bawling my eyes out in the car. And from where he was standing, because he didn't come over to the window, I guess because he knew I was, like, humiliated, embarrassed. Like, he mouthed, like, are you okay? And I just shook my head and like, yeah, I'm okay. So, I mean, I thought that was so sweet of him to do that. Because honestly, he could have been really angry and annoyed and just mean to me. I wouldn't blame him one bit, because it was just a stupid car accident. Like, it was really stupid on my end. But anyway, so I finally get myself calmed down and I quit crying. And I'm sitting there and I'm just waiting for the cop to come back over. So I had braced myself because I knew I was gonna get a ticket. I knew my husband was already mad. I was already very humiliated by my stupid car accident. And I also had, you know, a lot of other stress on me because, you know, I had just lost my grandpa in the process of all this. So the cop comes over and I just opened my door again. I'm like, you know, why do I even use the window? You know, I couldn't figure it out before because I've lost my mind apparently. So I just opened the door to him again and he gets down on his knees and he's talking to me. He's like, I see, you know, this is, you have a clean record, blah, blah, blah. And there's no damage to his truck. And honestly, I don't even remember everything he said because it was almost like I had blacked out at this point. But he's talking to me and he said, there's no damage. And I'm just gonna give you a warning today and not give you a ticket. And as soon as he said that, I start bawling and I'm like, oh, thank you. I'm sorry I ran into him. So and then he walks away and goes talks to the truck driver again. Then he gets in his car and leaves. And it was just so embarrassing that I started crying again just because he told me he wasn't gonna give me a ticket. But I was so relieved that I didn't get a ticket. I'm so thankful that I didn't get one and I still have a clean record, thank God. But I went to my aunt's house then and I just stayed there until my husband got off work. And the radiator was fine, which is, you know, what I thought. But basically all it did was the bumper of our Honda, it's kind of plastic on the outside. It literally punched like a circle, not even, it was like a morph between a circle and a square is what it punched out. And I picked up the piece off the road, so I did. We do still have it, we haven't fixed it. We'll probably just leave it like that forever. And there's like a little metal piece behind the bumper. It dented that in a little bit, but it's not terrible. It's definitely livable. We don't really care at this point, you know. The car is just gonna stay like that. It was just, honestly, it was so embarrassing and humiliating. But, and it's funny because afterwards, like, it was almost like I had PTSD from it because every time I would have to drive then, like, I would stay super far back away from anyone and I would get like flashbacks of like me hitting the truck and it was just very, very traumatizing, but I'm so thankful that the cops were nice to me and the man was really nice to me who was driving his truck. Oh, and to make this story even funnier, so when you get in a car accident, they write out paperwork for, I don't know, I guess to document the accident. I don't really know. But, so I know what the man's name was who hit me. And it made the story, it did bring a little brightness, or made me laugh a little when I got this, because when I got to my aunt's house, I looked over and read it, and this man, he had the most hilarious last name. I'm not going to tell you guys what it was, but I'll tell you kind of what it was. It is a body part on a male. That was his last name. And it's probably not what you're thinking, but it's something that a male has, and it killed me. I thought it was so funny. And it's actually just what I needed. I needed to hit somebody with a funny last name to make such a horrible situation a little brighter. But anyway, that is my story of when I had my first and currently only accident. I hope you guys enjoyed this story of me humiliating myself. But if you guys want to hear more story times from me, comment down below. I definitely have plenty more funny stories. At least I think they're funny. You know, maybe you guys won't even think this is funny, but I think it's kind of funny. But anyway, I have lots of other funny stories that I can tell. And if you guys did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and then definitely please subscribe to my channel. I'm really trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. But thanks again for watching my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you got some laughs out of it. But I'll see you guys in my next one, so sending pugs and kisses your way. Bye!